The following is brought to you by Pizza Hut. Make your own great play on game day by ordering your favorites at pizzahut.com.
Hi there, welcome to FoxSports.com Super Bowl coverage. I'm Laura Oakman. You are Super Bowl winning coach Brian Billick. Sure? Who are you? I don't even know you anymore. No, you know why I really did hesitate? Because I'm so careful when I introduce you now, because I'm about to say former Super Bowl winning coach, and I know how upset you get, so I paused.
Did they take it away from me?
Did they?
They've tried. There are some that have tried.
Let's talk about Peyton Manning.
Yeah.
And I hate when people do the conversation of should he retire, should he not. It's nobody's business but his. But I love the conversation with you because I'm assuming when a player is, a question like that is in their head, that maybe they go to the head coach and talk about pros and cons.
There's a number of my former players who, when it comes to that time, which is the most difficult time of their career, because they're really not prepared for it. And the hardest thing is, should I do it now? I've had a number of former players that would query me on a regular basis, should I go? Is it time for me to go? Look at my play, because none of them wants to stay too long. And I've kind of flopped on it. For a while, if I saw the skills diminishing, it was, go before you end up with a product that you don't want to have on the field. But it's changed a little bit. I've evolved to make them run you out. If you really enjoy what you're doing, if you're just staying for the money, no. But if the camaraderie with your teammates, the thrill of the game, the challenge of preparing, as long as you enjoy that, whether your skills have diminished or not, make them run you out.
But when you say make M, you're the one that basically is running them.
At least for that team. That doesn't mean other teams. For Peyton Manning, clearly it's going to be his call.
Right.
Because even if it were diminishing, he can call his own shot. Well, the Denver Broncos are going to say, we don't think you're quite as good as you used to be. You're out of here. But I will say this, and I have no insight more than anybody else as to what Peyton will do. But Peyton Manning has an incredible sense of the history of this game, the legacy of this game. He knows if he were to win this game, overcoming the things he has, being the only quarterback to do it with two teams, on a record-setting year with all that he's done. Let me say this. I don't think it would escape Peyton Manning of being the absolute opportune time to step away from the game.
Even after everything, and now I know we're jumping right into this hypothetical, we don't know kind of conversation, but after silencing all the critics the last 2 years, after everything he's overcome, all of a sudden to be back on the top of his game, the competitor that he is.
And if he still has that juice, I heard him in an interview the other day talk about, I still am thrilled by the preparation. Then stay. Absolutely. But when you look forward to the off season, and is it going to be the same, that challenge? Or, as we all do you reach that point? I remember John Madden when he left. And someone asked the same question, why, you're a Super Bowl winning coach, why would you leave? And his answer, typical John Madden, what am I going to do, win another one? And then what? I got to win another one, and then another one. If he's accomplished those things. Now, again, if he absolutely craves and covets all those things attended to playing, the preparation, the off season. But if he goes through that physical and the doctor shows he left himself a little wiggle room, a little hesitation of maybe you ought to think about this. I think Peyton's at the point in his career. Why come back and go through and go out maybe in less spectacular circumstances?
I was going to ask you if anybody really ever truly is ready to end it, but a couple minutes ago, Matt Burke was sitting here after 14 years and a Super Bowl. He was like, when I knew I was ready. Right. He said, I didn't know when the confetti was coming down, but I said, in terms of your body, in terms of your head, and he was like, I haven't missed it for a second, which sort of surprised me.
Jonathan Ogden, Hall of Famer, Warren Moon, Hall of Famer, I've both been privileged enough to coach. In visiting with them about the decision, you both got the sense that I just don't know if I can do the work in the offseason. Knowing what it was going to take. Yeah, do I want to come back and play games? Heck yeah. But I know what my offseason is going to look like. Am I prepared to do that at the level I know it takes for me to perform at that level? If you're asking that question, then you've probably got your answer.
Well, how much did coaches get upset when they saw what Mike Smith allowed Tony Gonzalez to do? Because Tony kind of danced that a little bit, like, I'll come back, but I'm not going to participate.
I'm okay with that because you've earned the right to go at it in a different circumstance. And I've looked at the film. I'm talking about Mike Smith now, and whomever might look at it and say, and you can still play, you can still be of value. And he didn't phone it in now. He came back, and that was the ultimate test. The ultimate test for Tony Gonzalez, and I will beyond respect him for so many different things. The fact that when the season turned out a certain way early, there are a number of great players that would have said, I didn't come back for this. Well, I don't need to. He did not do that. He did not phone it in. We did that Green Bay game in -7-degree weather. Tony Gonzalez just shot to the top of my list for him to finish it once he made the commitment to do it. So he was prepared to commit to and did not bail on it when things didn't go well.
I loved that. Okay, last question then. As a fan, take off the coaching hat, take off everything that you know. Would you like, so it ends with Peyton hoisting another Lombardi trophy, confetti coming down. Would you like that to be the last image you have of Peyton?
It won't matter for me. He's going to be a great quarterback regardless. I will miss seeing that virtuoso performer not perform anymore. So selfishly, no, I don't want you to leave. In the grander scheme, will I understand if you do? Absolutely.
You know what's funny? He hasn't mentioned this once. This is everybody else just basically forcing him out.
You're right. Yeah, but he has set himself up to do the ultimate Al McGuire line. Al McGuire, they didn't let him into the NIT one year. He goes, I will never, ever go back to the NIT. We're done. The next year he went into the NIT. They said, Coach, last year you said you'd never go back. He said, I changed my mind. He's left. I changed my mind.
I like that. Always great seeing you. Thank you. Thank you for watching. For all your Super Bowl coverage, make sure to keep it logged on right here at foxsports.com.